Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. That old building there, that's an older building, and there's the road that should go straight into town, and then you go through the front archway right there through the town. They've ploughed up there was an old Roman road here that went right through the middle. It was a dead straight because the Roman roads were prized for being dead straight. I've driven on roads here in the UK that are absolutely dead straight for several miles. There used to be Roman roads. They were originally Roman roads, and the position of the road hasn't been moved. All that's happened is that the road has slowly been upgraded over time, so now we've got tarmac on it instead of the paving slabs that the Romans stuck down on it. But it's still dead straight, and that would have been the Roman road gone right in there into, I mean, obviously that building wasn't there, but that's where it would have led right into town. And no, they had to go and stick a dirty great big field in the way. Well, they didn't stick a dirty great big field in the way. They ploughed up the road and then made the new road go right the way around the edge, and I don't like it. I think it's wrong. I think it is very, very wrong on many levels, and I don't like it at all. And what is the sell point that I am hugging right here? It's right there. Is that must be wool in there, is it? It looks like a wool and cotton sell point right there. And this one here, I mean, really, we're back to the supermarket where we have this whole issue that the road is laid out the wrong way round for the unloading point, but we can't really do much about that, so we're just going to hover over the side of it, and we'll do it like that. Sugar beet is... Why are you stopped? You shouldn't be stopped. I'm going to go over to this side, and I'm going to start it there. Just going to go... Right, that one's able to go and do that just fine. And then I'm going to go to... I was going to go to the sugar beet, wasn't I? Right, let me pull forward with this one, and then we'll... Because the reason I was going to the sugar beet... Let's tip that one out. The reason I was going to the sugar beet was because I wanted to check the capacity of it, and I wanted to see where it was in the field. It is on the wrong side for me to easily unload, which is a bit of a jolly nuisance. So I'll leave that one where he is, and I will go back to this one. 39% transported. Please look away. Oh, no, don't get stuck. Please look away. There's another reason that this is all laid out wrong in here. This is definitely laid out wrong in here. It was nothing to do. It wasn't my fault at all, Your Honour. It was that the road was in the wrong place. It was not my fault at all, Your Honour. Honest. The road was in completely the wrong place right there, and I had no choice. I had absolutely no choice, and that car just jumped. It just came out of nowhere. Yes, that is the car I'm referring to, Your Honour. The one that's been parked there for the last 2.5 months because the owner lost their keys and they've been unable to move it. Yes, that car. It came out of nowhere, right in front, and landed under my wheels. Please, you've got to believe me. No, I haven't been drinking, Your Honour. No, I definitely haven't. I don't drink and drive. No, definitely not. But I mean, it wasn't my fault. Honestly, what do you mean you're going to take my license away? No, I need my license to be able to drive. Surely there's some arrangement that can be made. There must be some arrangement that we can make. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the remainder of this conversation between myself and the judge is subject to a court-ordered silence. I'm not able to fill you in on the details. Let's just say that the judge has seen fit to let me go with a warning. Okay, that's all we need to say about that. I have been let go with a warning. But it better not happen again. Right, let me just... There we go. We'll just finish off that bit in there. And I actually don't want to be coming out this side, do I? If we're going to go into the field properly, we need to go out over this way. Curious if we've got any more for... See, that spread beautifully. There, we didn't even use half of a spreader load for that. That was a thing of beauty right there. So let's go in here, and we've got 4,087 euros right there for completing that job. I've got 2 more jobs here, Field 6 and Field 23. Let's go and have a look at those. Field 6 is that little one up there. Field 23 is the one all the way over there. Now, Field 23, I suspect, is one that we will need to get... Well, there's no suspect, we will. So what I'll probably do is if I take Field 6, I could then come down to the shop, grab fertilizer from there, and then go up to Field 23. But we'll take, at the moment, we will take that contract right there. I'll accept the Field 6 fertilizer job, and... wondering if I can take Field 5. We've got 3 cultivating jobs here now. Wondering if I can take Field 5, accept the contract, and then abandon it. Accept that contract, so that that one is now active, and then cancel. Yes, because I don't have to pay anything, and then collect on that one. And... then leave it. Right, so I'll leave that one there for a minute, and then what I'll do is I'll refresh the contracts in a little while, and hopefully it will come up. I know I'm gaming the system right now, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to have the job there. Okay, the train is in the wrong place for the traffic. I'll tell you what, I'm going to park that one up there. We'll go and deal with... this. Let's just see if we can drive on the sugar beet with this tractor. I know it's not the best thing to do for the sugar beet, but if we can just drive on there a little bit. Let's just have a look. Can it let us? It will, actually. Right. It's not the best thing to do for the sugar beets, and we should have unloaded earlier, but we can just pull this lot off here and then get the next bit underway. So the other thing that I want to do is I want to have a look at the harvesting jobs that we've got. There's Field 3, Field 8, Field 10, Field 14, and Field 20. We have got wheat to the supermarket, barley to the supermarket in 3 and 8. Wheat, that's another wheat to the supermarket in 10, and 14 is barley to the grain mill. So I'm just going to, I'll take 3 and 8 to start with, I think. If we go in here, we've got 3 up there and 8 over there, and they're both to the supermarkets. They're both a little bit further away than I would like. So I'm going to borrow the items for Field 3 so that one can get started. I'm not going to actually go and set that one going just yet. I'm going to run this over. I've also got to empty out those potatoes. So I'll get this one to the grain mill and we'll start unloading it. Then we will unload the potatoes into the trailer there. Then we'll just sit with that one. I need to move the train back so that I can get the tractor going, and then I've got to get this combine up to Field 3, get that job started, and then we'll have to ferry the grain from there back to the supermarket. We got a lot of work to do. And we haven't even started all of the combining jobs. There are quite a few combining jobs that we are going to need to do. And this is the big money makers, though. This is where we're really going to be making our money. I mean, yes, the fertilizer jobs are also really good as well. So I want to go from you. I want to go over to this one. Start this bad boy up, and we will race down over there and put the first 10,000 litres of Tatey Pose into this trailer. And then, actually, while this one is unloading into this trailer, I'm not going to go and move anything too drastic. What I am going to do is I'm going to go like this. Start that train up. I'm just going to move it back a little bit so that the crossing comes up, because we can't leave the train right here, unfortunately. So I just need to keep a half an eye on that light. There we go. Slow you down a bit. Like that. And stop. Right, that one can stay there. I've got the next tractor here lined up with also the combine. There's the header trailer out on the side, so we'll be able to move it fairly easily. You down here, this is the one that I want to move. Get you off out of the way so that that one can start up again and start moving. It's about to go and do now. There he goes. Right, ideal. So you stop there, and then we'll go back to this one. We will run this over back to the sugar beet field, and I will take some of the sugar beet off of the machine if it's facing in the right direction. If it's not, I'm not going to sit there and wait for it. I'm going to go straight over to our tractor with the fertilizer spreader, and I'm going to move that one into field 6. It's hard work organizing this company that we've got here, getting all of the different contracts going and keeping them going as well. It's not easy. Like we have our work cut out to keep all of this going, and we got a lot of work to carry out. Plus, curious how the silage is getting on. I would like to have some of that side. Right, he's on 50. He's still turning round. So rather than waiting, we're not going to wait. We're just going to start up on straight into the next job. We're going to take you over to field 6, and I'm going to start spreading on there. I'm not actually going to do anything to the ends of the field on that one. I'm literally just going to go straight in and start on the corner. I can start right on this corner here. We've got an entrance right in here. So I'm going to go out like that. That seems to be about right. If we go to there and hired help, we could actually put it into the field more than that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it right there. So then I will jump down, ignore those two. It's this one. Let's go and grab that sugar beet before he gets to the end of the field, because he's going to be too full on the return journey, and then we'll have to park underneath him again. I don't really want to do that. So if I go and grab this bit, then we can move the combine. And then after I grab this bit, after we've moved the combine, this one will be ready to unload some more, and then we can run yet another load back over the grain mill. See, we're keeping everything moving. I mean, yes, it's taking a bit of balancing. It is taking a bit of doing. I do love how fast the sugar beet harvester does unload the sugar beet. Right, that is one thing that I particularly like about that machine. Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. So all I need is for that one to get back up to the other end, and then I will have enough to take a full load. So let's go. Yeah, you're doing fine. We can leave you. Ignore you completely. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to have this one here. Field 3 we're in with this one, aren't we? Let's just double check. We are in field 3. It is wheat to the supermarket. Okay, that's easy enough for us to do. I love that we have got an all-class outfit here. I do. I think that is absolutely awesome that we've got all-class machinery on this outfit that we got right here. And I don't know what I was doing there. I was looking. This is the problem with this. Like, from inside the cab, it's you don't have any problem like this with the combine. But when I'm looking at it from the outside, oh, this one's got auto steer. From when I'm on the outside of the cab and I'm looking towards the back, I keep sort of looking at the rear wheels, thinking that they're the front. Those cameras up there, those are the auto steer. So that's the bit that I was oohing about. That actually views the edge of the crop as you're driving along. And you can set it so then the combine will steer itself down across the field instead of you having to steer it. That is the auto steer bit that I was looking at. Whilst it's good, and oh, did you see that? That actually clipped properly in place on the header trailer as well. Okay, I'm liking this more and more, this Tucano that we got right here. It was several years ago that I was driving a combine for a living. I only did it for one summer, as many of you know. But I did do a bit of combine driving. Like, I spent one summer driving the combine full time. I did do it sort of a bit of a relief basis outside of there, but that was kind of like the main thing. And while I was doing that job, they trialed a combine that had the self-drive on it. It had that same camera setup that was put onto the header, and it would self-drive the combine. Now, it was good, but we're going back 20 years now. I'm an old man now. I'm over 40, so I'm officially a very, very old man, according to some of you. And according to some of you, I'm still just a child. So you take your pick. But it was actually about almost spot on 20 years ago that I was doing it, and I was able to sort of see it was early stages of this self-drive thing that they had sort of been developing. And whilst it was good, it used to drive along with a between 6 and 10 inch gap between the end of the header and the side of the crop. Now, you could get it a little bit better than that. You could actually get it, I think, down to about 4-inch gap, which was reasonable, considering that you didn't actually have to touch a steering wheel. You could just leave it and let it just carry on with whatever it wanted to do, and you could go off and do other things, you know, like wander around the combine cab, make yourself a cup of coffee. Yeah, you couldn't do any of those things, by the way. It just meant that instead of having to focus all the time on steering, the idea is that you can instead you can focus more on making sure that the yield is right and things like that. So it's only like minor things. It's not a major thing with it. But we actually found that whilst it was good, it wasn't as good as the person driving the combine. Even I, an inexperienced operator, could keep the combine tighter in to the side of the crop than what the camera did. I'm assuming that they are a lot better now than they were when we were testing it out. But it's interesting that I seen the very beginning of it. I think that's kind of like the main thing, is that I seen like when some of the first ones were coming out, and it did look it did look to be a very interesting device. It did look to be like it had the potential to become something quite amazing. It just wasn't amazing at the time. I am gonna actually chop this straw because then it won't leave little bits off the headlands when we're coming to work with this a bit later on. Which I find to be a bit of a pain. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to make sure that is on AI extension. We're just going to go into the options. I'm going to put that up to 100% turn angle on there. I'm going to turn off the wait during unload. Okay, close that down and then press H and let it carry on there. That one's going to go and do its thing. The sugar beet harvester is on the right end of the field. That's good. I want to go and unload that one a minute. And then I will go and get the potatoes unloaded. I'm doing it this way round so that the sugar beet harvester can keep moving. Because I think bulk-wise, we're getting more sugar beet than we are potatoes. I mean, I don't know. I might be wrong on that, but if I can take this now, I will end up with a full trailer load. I won't go and tip it just yet. I'll go and unload the potatoes, and then I'll jump back over here and we will go and tip this one out, and then we can get the Class Axion tractor that is, I think it's Axion, the tractor that is back at the dealership with the trailer over there, and get that over to field 3 in the combine there, ready to start unloading it, because that one is on wheat, which means it's going to be filling up pretty quickly. So I want to take you, scoot on down to the other end of the field down there. We're not doing too bad with these potatoes. We've done a reasonable amount here so far. We're not, well, I was going to say we're not quite halfway, but I think maybe we are, because like we've done a little bit over the other side, plus we've done some headlands as well. I reckon that we are approaching the halfway point. Or just gone past, maybe, the halfway point on our Tatey-Po harvest right here, which is good. That is a good thing. So we'll let that one unload into there. If we go in here, we can soon have a look. So we've got that fertilizer job is still going. Okay, he must have stopped in the field somewhere. Yeah, I think maybe he has and I missed it. So, yeah, I can ignore you. Field 12, the potatoes, we're on 47% on that one. And field 16, sugar beet, we're on 53% on that one. So let me just... Okay, I'm not going to back up like that at all, am I? So let's not back up with that one like that. Let's instead drive on round this way. And put it on the side of the field right there like that. And then I will go... Why are you here? You did that weird thing where you reversed all the way down the field and then stopped, didn't you? That's the only explanation for... Why does it do that? Seriously, why does it do that? I have no idea. I cannot fathom why it has to keep doing that. I do want to very quickly check on this. How are we doing in here? We want to press F1 in here. It's on 12%. Right, we've got a little bit to go with that one. Let's get this. Class Arian, not Axia. I thought it was Axion, but no, it's an Arian. And this one's got road tyres. Well, road grass tyres, these are. You see them very often on tractors that are more specialised for doing a lot of mowing work. And also for tractors that are do a considerable amount of road work. That's what these tyres are for. I have had some people tell me that these... I've never actually used a tractor with these. I've seen a tractor with these tyres on. I've seen several of them. That's how I know that they are generally fitted onto tractors that do a large amount of grass and road work. But I've heard people... I've seen people's comments on some of my videos about these tyres saying they're not actually very good. They don't like them. Is there any particular reason for that? Because I don't know very much about them. So if... anybody here is knowledgeable about these types of tyres that we're using right now? Why are they not very good? So I'd like to know this. I'm completely ignorant on the subject. I know that they are used for grass work and also for a lot of road work, but why do so many of you consider them to be a rather poor quality tyre? Or just a poor type of tyre to go and use. Is there any particular reason? Is there something about these tyres that just cause problems when you're trying to do different things? Or is it just that they don't grip very well or something like that? I mean, I don't know. There's 101 different reasons that I can think of why these tyres might not be very good. I just don't know quite what they are. I mean, I would guess that they don't grip very well, so if you had these tyres on and then you wanted to go and do just like standard field work, it would cause a problem. I could see them causing difficulty if you were trying to, say, for example, go and do a bit of cultivating or anything like that. You would have to change the wheels over. You wouldn't be able to use these. You wouldn't be able to grip with anything. At least I wouldn't have thought you could. Not very well. So, is that what the issue is? Is it because of things like that? Is there something else? Are they notoriously bad for just gripping in general? I'm assuming that the tractors that I see, like, working on playing fields and places like that do lots of grass work, I'm assuming that the reason that they use tyres like that is not because... they grip better, but rather it's because they don't mark the ground as much. That would be my assumption on it. Like, looking at that tread on there, I don't think that that would be an improvement on holding the tractor in place on the ground. I would say that the main benefit of that is actually to the grass itself. So if you're mowing a very large playing field, you're not going to get the kind of issues that you would get with these tyres. These tyres, they would leave deep tread marks in the grass. And if you're mowing, say, a series of playing fields all together, and you know, like football pitches, something like that, that's going to be a problem. Like, you don't want tyres like I've got, because that's going to leave tread marks everywhere, and that's actually going to, like, it's going to scuff up and spoil the ground. So I'm assuming, therefore, that the reason those tyres are used is to prevent damage to the ground from happening. Is that correct? Have I got that right, or is that not quite it? I mean, Maybe they do grip a bit better on the road. I'm not sure. Never really had much issues with the tractor not gripping. Well, there is one issue I did have with the tractor not gripping on the road, but that was mainly because the road was covered in snow at the time, and had very little to do with the tread on the tyres. Other than that, I've never had any kind of bother whatsoever with a tractor gripping on the road, so I can't say one way or another on that particular point, but maybe somebody here knows. Maybe somebody here knows. So if you know anything about that, please get into the comment section and cure me of my ignorance. I would be very, very grateful for that. I really would. Okay, we're going to go dashing back over here, and we're going to unload the next round of sugar beet. And what I think I'll do is, it looks like we've got time. The wheat is working away. Yes, I know the fertilizer job is finished, and I do need to move that one and get that one going. But what I think we'll do, in order to save ourselves a little bit of time here, is if I go underneath that one and start that one unloading here. It doesn't really matter if I unload it at this end or if we unload it down the other end, because it does unload really, really quickly. We'll put 30,000 litres of sugar beet straight into the trailer, and I'm just going to stay here, follow this one to the end of the row, and then take that almost full trailer straight back over to the grain mill. There we go. We're going to get this extra little bit. So what's that going to be? It's going to be another 1,000, maybe 1,500 litres, I think. Oh, not quite. What have we got? Only 1,000. Only 1,000. I thought it'd be a little bit more than that. So I know I'm short on this trailer load, but it's actually, I feel, going to be a bit quicker overall if I go and do this, because the other two aren't doing anything at the moment. I don't need to go and unload them. The potatoes, we wait until that finishes anyway, until it completely stops. And the Tucano up there is only half a tank, so we can leave that one going as well. I'll have to keep an eye on both of them, but I reckon that we can get this one up, unloaded, and then back to the field before we need to skip over to what's likely to be the potatoes, although it's a job to tell. It is a job to tell. It'll be one or the other, no doubt. And we've also got the fertilizer job. Yeah, it will be either the potatoes or the wheat is going to be the next one to fill up. I know, that's quite a bold statement to go and make, considering that there are only two of them that are operating. Well, I suppose you could count the sugar beet, but that's never going to catch up. Never's a long time. Anyway, I'm mumbling. The fertilizer. We've done that fertilizer job, so we need to start another fertilizer job, and I'm going to pop back to the dealership before I start the fertilizer job so that I can get a new pallet from there, and I will load up straight from the dealership rather than going anywhere else. And it's likely that our other fertilizer jobs are not going to be close to field 23, which is the one that we want to go and get. They are actually going to be elsewhere, which means... Right, I was just wondering if I should go and get that sugar beet, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that where it is, and I'm going to this one, and we're going to run down. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.